Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So given this function b of x equals root 1 minus x squared, write down the domain for this function. Okay, so remember, visualize this as like a machine. So you've got 1 minus x squared here. What can you put into this machine without the machine breaking down? So you put a number into here and then it spits out a number. But what can you put into this machine without it breaking down? For example, if you put, let's say, a 5 into here, then you will have 1 take away 25. 1 take away 25 will be negative 24, and it's like you being asked to find the square root of negative 24. It just breaks down. You cannot have a square root of a negative number, nor can you have nor can you have any number divided by 0. If you have any of these two scenarios here, there are other scenarios where things will break down, but for the time being, these two scenarios will break down. So the domain would be all numbers where, well, you've got to find the range of numbers where you can put into this machine without the machine breaking down. Okay. Well, anyway, find the domain for this function. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so for us to find the domain for this function, just concentrate on this not being a negative number. It can be 0. So let's just concentrate on this being greater or equal to 0. Okay, so let's look at this here. You can imagine this as well. Let's quickly sketch a graph here. If we sketch a graph of y equals x squared, it will look like this. Y equals x squared will look like this. Now there's a minus here, so let's imagine this as being in a bubble here. A graph of negative x squared will look like this. Okay. Now if you get this and then add 1, so that means you shift it up by 1. So your graph will look something like this. Okay, so you basically want this bubble to be greater or equal to 0. So that means anything up here is good. Anything down here is bad, and bad here. So you want the domain will be somewhere in between here and somewhere in between here. Okay, so it boils down to us locating the root here and locating the root here. Okay, now ages ago in the quadratic section, we said that when you can easily square root this and you can easily square root this, you can immediately jump to x plus something and then x minus something. Well, my point is that you can factorize this very easily because you can easily square root this. You can easily square root of 1, which is 1. But basically we are trying to find the root here and the root here. Okay, so let's factorize this thing here. So just looking at the bubble here, you can rewrite this as negative because it's well, concentrate on getting the x squared to be positive. So it will be this. You can write it as this: x squared and then negative 1 here. This whole thing here, just what's inside the bubble here, we are ignoring the square root for the time being. So you can rewrite it as this, and the good thing about this is that x squared is positive, and we are used to working with x squared being positive. So now just factorize this. Well, you can easily square root this, you can easily square root this, so you can immediately jump to this. You can immediately jump to x plus 1 and then x minus 1. Okay, so yeah, so just ignore the negative for the time being. So you see one root would be positive 1 and the other root being negative 1. So that means this here is positive 1 and this here is negative 1. Okay, so our range is sorry, our domain would be in between negative 1 and 1 here. So our domain will be like this. Remember, we can include the negative 1. So it will be this, comma, positive 1. So this here is our domain. Okay?